Hello, everybody. My name is Luke Detweiler. I am the host of this podcast, and today I am meeting with
Callette Haddon. I'm the co-host.
And
Jack Gilbertson. I'm the guest.
And we're here to talk about COVID-19 and its effects on our lives.
Woo!
Woo! Where's that? That's the wrong one. Okay. So, COVID has had a lot of effects, a lot to talk about here. Let's just start off with like how it affected us, I guess. It's something more personal, and just to get us started. So personally, I know that COVID hit my family a good bit. I had a relative in particular named Wally, and he was like a smoker. He vaped. He died from COVID, and it was a really big loss for our family. And everyone at least got it like once. Thankfully, not many people in my family died or anything like that. But it did affect me a lot personally, like more emotionally than anything. It had more effects than that. Did it affect any of you guys else?
Yeah. I actually never got COVID, so it didn't affect me like that, but my grandma had gotten it. She's okay now, but it was definitely difficult, especially like the vaccines and stuff. They hit.
Like, you mean taking them?
Yeah, like getting them, it was rough too.
It does like make you sick when you take them, but
I feel bad because like I didn't have any issue with taking them, or like none of my family members got sick.
I didn't get like the shots, but my grandma did, and she was down longer than when she had COVID.
Oh yeah. Actually, maybe my grandma did. Like the same thing happened to her. Like when she got the shots, she got
Maybe it's
sick.
just old people.
Yeah, you're built different.
that is one of the things. A lot of old people were at risk here, and generally speaking, I don't want to lose my grandparents.
That's fair.
I don't know about other people, but I have all my grandparents pretty much, and I love them. But yeah, you're right in some way, guys. It didn't really affect me. I didn't really get COVID, but it did affect my family a lot.
The COVID break, though, was pretty nice from school.
I did like that. I enjoyed that.
COVID, okay, maybe a little bit of positive here. COVID was really fun.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
no, I agree.
Like, did anybody else just...
Like I feel bad for saying, like for me personally, it was fun. A lot of
me
people
Me too.
had a hard time, but like I feel bad saying this, but personally for me, I had a good time.
I know, especially like the internet everyone was at home, so they could make more stuff for everyone. And so
Yeah, there was a lot more influencers that came out from it.
yeah, a lot of content.
And a lot of people's lives changed through it because they had so much time with themselves that they just like completely changed themselves and their personalities.
Among Us was the best game of 2020.
Now I like playing Minecraft more.
Okay, Minecraft was pretty fun. But should we talk about something more negative, or should we keep going on that note, you think?
I think we should be positive
Yeah.
because
Just
COVID
talk
was
about
such
how
a
it's fun.
negative thing
Yeah,
to begin with. Let's find the positive things in it.
Real quick. So I don't like how online work was, but generally they were pretty lenient on that.
It was just difficult for everybody involved.
Was COVID best like early 2020, like 9th grade or 8th grade? End of 8th grade, you
It
think?
was end of 8th.
Yeah, end of 8th grade because it was 2020.
Yeah.
Like the end of, or no, yeah, the end of that school year.
I honestly liked 9th grade. Like, I know you said a lot of people struggled, Jack, during COVID,
Yeah.
but 9th grade was a big time for me. I feel like that's when I finally was starting to become myself and like meeting people and actually talking a lot more. Even though there was COVID and we couldn't really meet up, it's because our school had interesting policies letting us come in masked.
Yeah.
Even though there was COVID, I think that had a good positive effect.
Yeah.
I think our school handled COVID like pretty well. Like, of course, it wasn't great, hard to do
Yeah.
it perfect, but
everyone was getting quarantined every other day. Like,
like at least they were getting quarantined and
yeah,
everyone
that's what I'm
wasn't
saying.
getting
Like, that's a
sick.
good thing.
Yeah.
Like, that they were actually taking charge of anybody who was in contact with COVID and making sure that they weren't getting anybody else sick.
I think we have some pretty good ideals around this area, and we don't really have as many people as other regions, so it's understandable why we had it a lot easier than other
You
people.
know, our school is pretty big.
It's not,
Yeah.
but the area isn't that big.
Area is not real dense.
No, not at all. It's not like one of the least populated, but
Yeah, it's pretty small.
some of the cheapest housing prices in all of the U.S. Oh yeah, I can actually afford a house. Just joking.
Maybe
If I'm lucky.
in 20 years.
Off topic.
I don't know. That kind of actually reminded me how COVID has affected us to this day, like with prices and stuff.
Definitely.
Like even going to a new job and stuff, they're like, oh, we used to do this, but when COVID hit, we stopped doing that and haven't gone back. And it's just like everything has changed for everyone.
Which I can't afford is burgers.
I can't afford. Dude, those 1 cent burgers. Don't get me off topic. Though. Don't get me off topic.
Okay. But yes, it did affect prices. Like toilet paper shot up. That was
That was
short-term.
crazy.
That was actually
that
crazy.
was
No,
the
I-
toilet paper apocalypse or
for
something.
what purpose was that? Like, I didn't get it. Like, I guess, like, of course you want it to be stocked up, but like, it got to the point where like
Why not stock up on like food, canned
Yeah,
food and stuff?
like
Like why
toilet
toilet
paper.
paper?
my grandparents, just because they're old and weird, they already have like so much toilet paper in their basement. Like, if a nuke dropped, they'd be fine in their basement. But like, so like, my family would just take their toilet paper because like it'd be crazy at Walmart. There'd be none left.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing the prices went up. I don't really know. I wasn't buying,
Yeah,
buying the toilet
I
paper.
wasn't buying toilet paper.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, demand went up, so price probably.
Yeah.
They had like record profits in all their history from back to the 50s. These companies.
Did
Actually.
they keep the price raised? I don't know. I don't
No.
buy toilet
No.
paper.
No, they probably did.
No, but I do remember the prices weren't really raised. I feel there was just like very short supply. There was like
Yeah.
none. You couldn't.
Weren't people
couldn't
like
prove-
selling it off of Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah, no, people would buy like bulk toilet paper
So
and then
funny.
sell it for more.
People were crazy. They thought it was actually the
That's nuts.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
did too.
I just think it's funny that if you think it's the apocalypse, why are you going out and buying 15 packages of toilet paper?
Well, if you need it.
Wait, do you guys remember at Walmart they only limited like you were only allowed to have like 2 or 3 per person?
I don't remember
or per
that
family?
now.
They had signs like put up that were like only take 2 packages per person, and I'm like, oh,
Oh my.
It's just weird that it was only toilet paper, not like.
well, that's
Anything
yeah,
else.
I know
Yeah,
that's
like-
what everybody wanted. Like,
Well, I think like a very small select group of people thought it was very important, bought it all, and people were like, "Oh, we need to buy it before it's gone." But, like, why not buy like
They already
literally food and stuff that
bottled
would,
water or something that would help you? And
yeah,
like,
stuff that would actually help you survive if it was an apocalypse. Because I don't think, I mean, unless you're eating and drinking toilet paper.
Okay, like that might have been bad, but in general, prices were bad too. And something you might not remember is the COVID checks that Biden gave out.
Oh no.
And it may sound like a good idea short term, but what this actually did is people spent a lot of money and they weren't really making it, you know? So it just caused like
Yeah.
runaway inflation for a while. And by the time they realized that the policy was actually bad, it kind of already hurt the economy. And so now we live in an interesting time where we're going straight out of high school into the real world and prices are extremely high.
yeah, I feel like COVID probably affected us way more than we thought.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, for
I
sure.
feel like it didn't affect me, but like,
We want to forget it,
yeah,
but it's important to remember it, I think.
Well, yeah, it's been resurfacing in like what Texas.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
schools were shutting down
Mhm.
from it, and I don't want that to happen again, especially my senior year. You know,
Yeah.
That
yeah. I
would
think
suck.
someone I knew got it like a week ago.
I mean,
yeah.
I know that COVID's still a thing and that you can still get it, but I feel like it's not as big anymore. It's just like a
Yeah.
cold. Like you
It's,
walk
it's
around
gonna
the
be like
school
the
now.
flu. Like the flu used to be like big, and now you just get it like rarely. Like I think COVID's gonna be
Yeah,
like that.
people were dying more from the flu than anything, and everybody started going crazy because people were getting COVID and they went nuts.
Can we talk about the masks?
Yes.
Oh,
How did you
yes.
feel? How did you feel about the masks?
Like I couldn't breathe.
I was fine.
Yeah.
Really?
No,
I could not breathe.
I had to like power through that a lot, I feel. One time I do remember someone coughing in class. He came down with COVID the very next day. And you do not know how tight that mask was on my face to make sure I did not get sick. I was so anxious that I was going to get sick. I was sitting there in English class. Oh my God, dude. I think the masks were all right.
Do you guys remember the mask protest like out front of
Yes.
the school?
But yeah.
And they ordered pizza.
It was so.
That was so dumb. It was entertaining to watch though, because
Oh, yeah, for
I had
sure.
French and I was like looking out the window.
Wait, that was at the school, right?
Yeah, it was in the parking lot.
Like
And then they set up like a little tent or something. or
I
a little-
remember who like started that.
No name drop. No name drop.
No. It's a girl that goes to Lenape Tech. I'll just say that.
Oh, okay, that
Like-
adds up. No disrespect to Lenape Tech.
Wait. What does she do at Lenape?
I don't know. She doesn't go.
Engineering or welding. Those are your two
Probably.
options.
Probably.
No, there's a few more.
No, that's your two
No,
options.
she's
You can
like
build
the
houses.
she's the type of girl that would do one of those, but she obviously wasn't.
No disrespect
at the
to
Lenape
welders.
then, but
Okay, that's a little off topic. we need to talk about stuff though. So like
Right.
masks, I think were not the big problem with COVID. I think the big problem was the isolation that they did. And I think that if you put too many people in, like if you didn't have the isolation, sure, it would spread a lot faster. I don't think their policies were inherently wrong. It's just they had a lot of negative effects on everyone.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, Jack, you hang out with friends a lot. I don't do anything. Did you like stop doing it from COVID? I imagine not.
I did. Well, like you had to, because like
I didn't. I was going to my neighbor's house every day. Like they made sure that I wasn't sick first though. Like my grandma and her mom were like, you guys both have to get checked first. But then I was at her house every day.
I just took a break from that for a few months. Like it was
Playing Minecraft.
It was the end of our 8th grade year. I played Minecraft with Caden a lot. Yeah, and like I just didn't really hang out with friends because like I really couldn't. And my aunt, mostly my grandparents, was like they didn't want to get sick, which like that makes sense.
I
but
live
like,
with my grandma, and that's what she was most worried about. But like,
yeah.
she ended up getting sick, and I didn't. So
But my aunt is a huge. She was she's just like. She was a COVID freak, I would say. Not a freak, but like she did care a lot. She was very like safe about
I
it.
think every old person kind of is.
Yeah, well, she's not old. She's my aunt. But even like a few days ago, I was very sick in school, and I had to go home because I was very sick. I was very sick. It was horrible. I had to go home. That's how bad it was. It came out of nowhere too. And so of course I wasn't sick, and I was chilling at my grandparents' house, so I wasn't home playing video games instead of going to school. Like, okay, whatever, that's fair. And my aunt comes with a COVID test, and I have to swab my nose for like half a minute and get tested because like that's how much she's like I had to keep up the bit of being sick, so I didn't have to go to school.
She's a germaphobe. Wait, were you actually sick or were you?
No,
just
I
pretending?
was.
That's another thing. Attendance actually fell so much from COVID.
Yeah.
Like so many people actually just stopped going to school. Why is that? I never really understood skipping school because like my parents make sure I'm steady on time.
Yeah.
But no one else is like that. That's just my parents. They're really weird with that. They're stingy with that. Why like leave school? Is it just like
do you mean
not
like
motivated?
because of COVID, or do you mean
COVID caused a lot of people to like not go to school.
Well, during
skip
the
days.
COVID times, personally, I told the school that my sister had COVID and I hadn't seen her in like 2 weeks. But I told them that so I didn't have to come. So I was like quarantined.
That's kind of valid.
So maybe a lot of people were doing that, but like during the COVID times, to this day, I don't understand
I think
the point why
people
they don't come for
I
like
think
weeks
they got
at a
a good
time. But
excuse.
I think they just didn't want to go to school, and it was like a good excuse,
yeah.
like, oh, COVID.
Well, that's what I did. So
And they
Yeah.
just stopped checking. They don't even check kids or do anything like that. You know.
Yeah, no.
I mean, like if you came to school sick, if you were genuinely sick, you can get pulled out even if you don't have COVID.
Yeah. What
You
did you
could
guys
just pretend.
What did you think of like the hallway rotation? How you could only walk one? I hated that. Like it made.
that was awful
Actually,
because
I knew
people
that. That's
like
good.
some people wouldn't know what they were doing and they would like cross over.
Yeah. Like
And it wasn't as
It didn't
neat
work.
and organized as they thought it was going to be because there's little kids in the school and they obviously aren't going to listen to everything that they tell them to
Yeah.
do. So it was more difficult to work around that for sure.
And like if you had really far walks at the
I
school,
had a really
I
far
had
walk.
really
I
far
had to go
walks,
from
too.
like the French room, like you know where the French room is.
Yeah.
Out to the lobby, and then down first floor, C hallway, and then up to the 3rd floor, and then down that hallway to bio.
Oh my, yeah, and you had to like walk down a whole extra hallway just to do it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even get to class in time.
Like, I had,
Yeah,
to, I had to
don't
go
think there-
down a floor
I don't
to go
think
up.
anybody had a short walk unless their classroom was one classroom away. But like if it was the opposite direction, you still had to go all the way
Yeah.
around and it was
like,
stupid.
Teachers cared so much about it.
Like this is what okay, I get that they were trying to keep us separated, but at the same time, we're still all in the same vicinity and all in each other's areas.
Right.
Walking neatly in the hallway isn't going to stop COVID.
Yeah.
Even if you are 6 feet away, you can still catch something if they like sneeze or cough and it comes your direction. Like
Ninth
you're
grade-
still going to get it.
Our 9th grade year was so bad. It like
Really?
It just was. Like, just think about, like, we were out so often. We were doing the hallway rotation.
Oh yeah, we were
the
like
masks.
everyone was quarantined
It
every
was-
other week.
It was so bad. 9th grade, like school.
Didn't
just
they like think about shutting the school back down so then everybody stopped reporting COVID and stuff?
Oh
yeah,
my
well,
God.
yeah, they did, and I just remember like we'd go on like multiple like 2-week breaks for
Yeah.
COVID. That was
Literally.
And it was during winter time too. It's like
Yeah.
the worst time to have a break because you couldn't really do anything outside. It was freezing.
And now a lasting thing from COVID is like, if we have a snow day, we still do school online.
Yes, that.
Do you think we're even? I don't think we're even gonna do that this year.
No, I don't
Like,
think
they
we're even
said
gonna
they
have
will,
snow
but, like,
days. Honestly, though.
We probably won't. Oh.
Okay.
The lights out. Well, anyways, that's no. Okay, yeah, yeah. It's much more moody in here with that on. If only they could see. Yeah, that does have a big effect on it though. Like education, like even this Chromebook I have out right here, right now. You wouldn't really
Yeah,
have.
you wouldn't
this.
have that without. Well, you might have, but
No, before 9th grade, I don't think they didn't give anyone.
I feel like they
Had
would have
to-
started
they
doing
had to
that.
bring the Chromebook carts to like the classrooms, but after everybody was getting quarantined, they provided
Oh,
Chromebooks
yeah,
to
that-
everybody.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
To actually keep until they're leaving the school for good.
This is a little off topic. It's kind of on topic but off. Those Chromebook things in the hallways.
Oh, they were so pointless.
What purpose do those serve? 'Cause
Like they're
we do
supposed
not.
to be like the Chromebook chargers, but they don't come with the charger.
And no one's leaving their stuff in one of those
know.
boxes for people just to like take
You
out
can,
of.
like,
Because people guess the passcodes all
Yeah,
the
it's
time,
just
and
like
like
just
they
guess
know
the
them.
passcodes,
Yeah.
yeah. And then like
It just sucked. It was bad.
they're supposed to be like to charge your Chromebook, and these Chromebooks literally last like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
without
no, they
being
last a
charged.
while.
It's so useless. I wouldn't see a
Well,
point.
I think it would be more useful if they provided the charger within the cart so that like, because I thought the whole point was everybody had a place to charge their Chromebook even if they didn't have a charger, but you have to provide your own charger.
No, I
and
thought
just
they
keep
had
it-
chargers.
Well,
They
yeah, I thought
don't
they had
use-
No,
chargers.
I remember them having chargers. I
No,
swear.
I don't think
because
they did,
people
though.
were going out of my one classroom and they were like, "There's no chargers in here," and the teacher was like, "Yeah, you have to put your own in there."
Oh, maybe I'm misremembering because I thought there was chargers in there.
I mean, some people might have just left them in there.
The big problem with them is why charge your Chromebook if now education is so like the Chromebook is so pivotal
Yeah.
to doing work.
Yeah, like
They spent like $500,000 on those
yeah,
things.
no. How much
It
did
was
those
five-
things cost?
It was like 500,000 altogether. I heard somebody talking about. So I don't know if that's completely accurate,
but like
it was like,
they had to cost a lot.
Have to be like
and they
that's-
aren't even used.
oh yeah, it's the most pointless thing ever because no one's gonna leave their classroom when they have to do work on their Chromebook to go charge it outside.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be cool if it was like a secondary locker, and I could just like shove
Well, that's
something
what people
in there.
used it like. They would just shove like candy wrappers.
But then
in
people
there.
could just take it. It was really weird though. They had like in the gym, they had one there, and I'm pretty
They
sure
still
you could
have it
like
there.
you could like play games or something on it. Like there's some features that they don't have unlocked. Those are literally more useful than the actual cards.
Yeah, literally.
I'm surprised they're not like forcing us to use them. Like I remember in like English last year, the teacher like had us go out and use them at least once just to like I'm surprised the school isn't like enforcing it so they don't feel like they wasted money. Like you have to put your Chromebooks in here overnight
I
or
think
something.
they gave up honestly
Yeah.
because I think they realized they're useless too.
That's like that's
You know,
such
it's
a
pretty
waste of
bad
money.
when they
Yeah, they
realize
could have
it's
used that
useless,
on
too.
things that we actually needed,
Yeah.
like better school food. But
Like a
we're not
better
going to
mic
get
for
into that right
Swanson.
now.
I like the school food, but you're right. I'm not gonna get into
Well, like the meats and stuff for a little sketch. Sometimes they could
that.
maybe.
Okay, they're green, but they're also free.
How was lunch? Lunch was very different too during COVID.
Was it? I
Yeah,
don't
because
remember.
they opened up all the places for people to go. Like I
You-
think that's when they added the
are so right because it is no longer 2 crunchy tacos. It's only 1. And
Yeah, they like
I will
doubled
never
the
forgive
portions
And
during COVID.
They have like these canned like fizzy drinks at the snack shop called Switch drinks. I remember drinking
yeah,
them.
and they
Yeah.
were big. and
No,
now
I remember
they're
drinking them
tiny.
in 7th grade. They were big and 75 cents. They disappeared for a year, came back.
And now they're this big and they're
Wait,
$1.65.
They were the same size and they were $1, and then they bumped up to $1.25. and then they kept it at 125 and then cut the size in half to like today, this
Inflation.
year. It's in half.
Yeah, that's
Bidenomics
crazy.
and inflation. Well, yes, I do think that COVID probably did have some effect on that, but I'm talking more about like the lunches, and that's when they did the lunch D, right?
Yeah, that's
COVID
when
year.
they added a lunch.
They added a whole
That was
entire lunch.
that
They
was weird.
recently took that lunch off this year.
Yeah,
And brought it back to normal.
what do you guys think of this schedule this year? Like you know how they changed seminar? What do you guys think of that?
I absolutely hate it. I feel like starting off my day, like doing absolutely nothing doesn't motivate me to do anything for the rest of the day.
It's all right now because everyone can come down here for Swanson's, but we
Yeah.
could do it anyways. So
I absolutely love it. Like I love this
Really?
new schedule. Like I wish I had that break in like the middle of the day, but like I don't really mind. Like I like right now we're using our morning time to work on this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm just stuck in old ways because I did like it. I was used to that.
Yeah.
But then again, it gives people time to eat
I
and
think
do
that's a big
homework
reason.
before their classes. Like in the middle of the day, you could only do a certain person's homework
Yeah.
because some teachers you had before anyway, so you'd have to actually do that homework
Mm-hmm.
beforehand.
And the schedule during COVID, what didn't they do something like there was like it was A B lunch and then C D lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But A and B lunch, instead of having, it's weird thinking about this, but like our 7th and 8th grade year seminar was only after fourth period,
I
no matter
know,
what. So like,
yeah.
like you would even go to like I had a history and then I had seminar and then I had science and then lunch. And like that was kind of weird, but I like the A B schedule, but I get why they removed it because I would not go to my seminar and I would just go to lunch to hang out with people I know.
Yeah.
That's
Like it was so easy. Like it was really convenient to get work done. Like let's say your teacher has a lunch period, just go down during like your lunch or
And,
something.
Yeah, that actually kind of correlates because during COVID, they started getting a lot more lenient about where you're going and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like you could literally just skip lunch, go to someone else's lunch, and
Like not
For
many
a short
people
time.
notice,
for like their
I feel like
seminar,
they
for your
snap
seminar
back
and
to
stuff.
it.
But oh
Yeah.
yeah, they definitely because like if you put your number in and they see you have a different lunch, they're gonna.
Oh, yeah, and like you have to put
They
your number in
question
there.
it.
That's something that changed.
They see you
you
have a
didn't have to
different
put
number.
your number in before, right? Like couldn't you just walk past? I remember that, right? Am I crazy?
No, I think we always had to put the numbers.
No, I
in.
feel
Are you sure they check?
No,
Because I
no, 'cause-
get Jack lunch every morning, and I have B lunch and I get
feel
an
like
A lunch.
I feel like they didn't put your 99 number in because I remember school don't listen to this. I remember going through the senior high cafeteria, grabbing lunch, going through the senior high cafeteria, different lunch lady, and grabbing lunch. Because you didn't have to type in your number, so they couldn't
lunch?
track if you were. Yeah, no,
Maybe you were just walking past them and you just
that's
didn't
maybe-
type in your
that's mainly
number.
why they
Am
added
I
that.
crazy?
No, I think that they always did the number thing because
Maybe I'm crazy.
I know in the junior high cafeteria they definitely did, and then yeah, they definitely had you typing your number.
Can we
in.
get, like-
Maybe you just walked past
No,
them.
can we get an outsider on this? Can we call someone in to get their opinion?
Sure.
I mean,
You
it's
you
towards
guys
the end of
keep
the
talking.
podcast. I'm sure it's fine. We can talk about a little bit of the stuff, I guess, if you want to. So health is a big thing COVID did. Like, you took the shots, right? But you never actually got it.
No, I didn't get the shots. I was referring to my grandma. She had gotten the COVID shots and she got sick from them.
So
Okay.
you never even had an ounce of COVID ever. Like,
Well, I'm
COVID
not sure. I
vaccines,
mean,
COVID.
like, I had a bad sinus infection once. It may have been COVID because I couldn't taste or smell anything.
All right,
but
we have our next guest, Caden. In 9th grade, I think, yeah. Did we have to type in our 99 number to get lunch, or didn't you just walk through?
In 9th grade, yes,
I remember.
You did walk through because we would walk through and then we would like change an outfit, but
I just
very
talked about
barely
that.
change the outfit, and then we'd go back through.
Or like go through another line, yeah. But don't tell the school that. All right, thank you.
It already
Thank you.
happened. They can't do nothing.
I think they
about it.
realized. There's no way
All
they
right.
didn't know.
in the junior high cafeteria, I think that's the one I went to because I was too scared of the big cafeteria. They had you type in your number, but they had like a big plastic thing on top of
Oh,
it so that
yeah.
you didn't like contaminate anybody, but everyone's touching
Everyone's
the same
touching it
plastic.
anyways.
Yeah,
I think it's
everyone's
'cause they,
touching
like-
the same plastic, and I'm like,
I
this
think it's
isn't
because
helping.
like they take it off, throw it away, and just
and they
slap
have like
on.
the plastic shield between them.
Plastic shield was
And us.
Yeah,
everywhere.
no, the plastic shield was.
And it's like,
It's
how is that
nuts.
supposed to stop COVID?
Like,
I don't get
guess
it.
a little, but yeah, no, I remember like not having to type in your number and just walking through.
Oh, I remember having to type in my number
And
throughout high school.
I think that's why they put the number in again, is because people would just walk through, like getting 2 lunches.
Hand sanitizer and the glass windows were everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
was like, that spread more like wildfire than actually COVID.
I
itself.
remember going
It's
to the dentist and I would walk in and she would squirt the hand sanitizer in my hands. And
Oh, yeah.
go back.
that was a good thing. At least there was hand sanitizer everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's looking like we should probably wrap this up, guys. So let's just finish off with how our school has improved from this. We already talked a good bit about
Yeah, like I think
how
our school
has
handled it
changed.
well,
Yeah.
and like now we're like fine. Like I don't
Now
see
we are
COVID
fine.
anyways. Like
No.
I probably see like one person every other week wearing a mask.
It still
Yeah.
definitely has had an effect. You know, there's never was people who really wore masks before unless they were doctors.
Yeah.
And now there's some stinky people who still wear masks.
Or like I'll throw on like an old jacket or something I had from like years ago, and I'll like pull out like a little crumpled blue mask from it. like the little.
I still have like some masks in some corner of my room somewhere. I need to clean that out. But yes, COVID has mostly recovered from here. I think online personally is the biggest effect it's had on our school.
Yeah.
And
All our work's online. Like I rarely get paper anymore.
it was rough initially, but I think our school has handled it fairly well, especially with like the masks early on. But now we don't really have any problems whatsoever with COVID. Any closing thoughts from you guys?
This is how COVID made me feel sometimes.